Hi there, this is John from RevSoft, and this is an overview of the REV VIEW Control Center. So please contact us with any comments or requests at product_info@revsoft.com. Now first, let's take a look at what the REV VIEW Control Center looks like. Now this is from a focal point server with all the nodes and groups reporting into it. There's a left side, upper right and lower right. Now on the left side here, this is what we call the server and device center, where we can see the status in here of groups of servers or devices, as well as the last seen date and time. Now the way these groups are created is shown in another video in the REV VIEW Learning Center, so check that out as well. Now the last seen date and time here is not done by ping requests or anything like that, but the last date and time that this server reported into this focal point. So it's used by the communications incoming from node devices to this focal point. Now some of you out there will say, well hang on, we've got SANs in here, how are they doing that? Well, Rev Message can process incoming emails and alerts, so we can still get the correct details for those SAN and other devices. Now, and we've also got the status, the health center status with the H and the network center status with the N. Now, on the upper right, we have the health center. This shows the status of the REV VIEW states that you've defined to be visible, like CPU, memory usage, disk or drive usage, server and application uptimes, last EDI post, etc. Basically anything that allows you to see that the server is in the correct business operational state. On the lower right, we have the Network Center, and this shows the current status of all the RevSoft applications on all the servers that are reporting into this focal point in your enterprise. Okay, that's the theory out of the way. Now let's see it. Okay, we've opened REV VIEW Central. We're going to connect to Hyperion, which is our slowest IBM i-Series focal point, but for the purpose of this exercise, we'll show you that. What we do then is we connect to the control center, and what we see first is we see a blank form with 3 sections. On the left, the server and device center, upper right, the health center, and on the lower right, the network center. So what we're going to do, I'm going to load a predefined view of groups and servers, JM View 1, and what you'll see then is the predefined groups of servers. Let's make the form a little bit bigger. Here are the different groups with the servers in there. Now there's a corresponding video in the REV VIEW Learning Center of how to define the groups and the servers, so if you want to, check that out later as well. But what we've got is we've got groups, we've got servers, we've got the status of the servers, which you'll see up here are good. Now this relates to outages, which I'll show you at the end of this video. There's planned, unplanned, and warnings as well. Now we've also got the last seen date and time. Now we saw before, this is not done by pings, this is done by when a server or device communicates with the focal point, and with the SANs it can be by email or SNMP alerts that we pick up and use there. So you'll see one there Thursday, that's on US East Coast time, all these ones are on Australian time. Now we've also got the status of the health center and the network center. Now what I normally do, the way I execute it, is I do it that way, remove the health center, but at the start let's just check out the health center and see the different things here. But first of all, let's pop these out, pop the forms out, so we've got a better view of all the data that we're looking at. Now you always leave this form minimized, because that's the one where all the push requests from the focal point, RevSoft Lab 01, are going to. It's processing all those for each of these forms. So leave that open, please. Just minimize it down there. Now, if I just want to see the ANZ servers, click on that. If I want to see specifically Lab 01, click on that. If I want to see ISONO, click on that. If I want to see the European group, click on that. All entirely up to you. All right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to them all, so click in the filter bar, and I want to see the disk usage for them all. There they are. So I can see the disk usage of all the servers and the CPU usage and memory usage for the Windows servers. They all come up with these indicator bars as well. I can see the status of all the services, processes, subsystems. I can see the uptime of the server, of applications. I can see the last posted batch number, how many entries in a file, anything you'd like to see. Because don't forget, this health center is showing you the actual status and the operational status of all your servers or devices. Now down here, we've got the RevSoft ones. This is the status of all the RevSoft servers. So I can just see scheduler there, RevDisk, Observer, Message, Guardian, Data Flow, and View itself. It's up to you how you would like to filter your view. I normally run that in red and pink, so I can see anything that's medium or high priority and exactly what they are. Again, I can just go there and say, what is there for that server? That one's good. What about this guy? Well, there's a couple of things there, and this one, there's a few things to look at. Now, some of you astute people out there will say, hang on, you've got Lab 01 there and Lab 01 there, V6 there, Demo 7 there. Yes, I do, because I'm showing this as data center, data center, data center, data center, customer. A customer may have a box in all different data centers. Okay, well, I don't want to confuse myself and see that in there. Okay, remove that group from the view. Everything's changed for you as you go. All right, again, I can go back to the different iSeries ones there and see exactly what's happening. Or I can move throughout any of the servers and see whatever I need to see. This automatically updates as the information is coming from the node servers to the focal point as well. Now, I did talk about the incidents before. I'm going to show you that right now. Now, I did just pause it there while I prompted this command on the iSeries so I could run it. Anyone that's seen Rev Message before knows that you can tell the Windows server that is checking the iSeries for any outages or pinging all different requests in there that if you're going to do a backup, restricted state, cumulative PTF, you'll take it down. So we tell it, okay, send me a downtime notification, and it will tell you, okay, you can go away for a while, however long you want, and I'll try and reconnect after that. So what I'm going to do is this server here, which is this guy here, V6, you'll see that light change there. And what else happens? But we will see. There we go. Now, the status of that server has changed from green to yellow. And if we check up here, it's planned. This is a planned outage for that server. So this time, Rev Message Dispatcher is not going to be checking that server for any entries or emails or requests to send out. It's actually going to just basically go to sleep until it comes back when it's defined to. And when it comes back on the air, what we'll see then is Rev Message Dispatcher will notify the focal point here that that server has come back on the air, and it will go from a planned outage back to a good view. The same way I can filter the view and I can just see any of these guys here. And also I can drop down in groups too if I want to, or expand the groups. Entirely up to you. Don't forget, this is Windows land with the data now. Even though we're getting it from different devices and different platforms and different operating systems, it all operates in exactly the same manner. So now we should be just about at the 60 seconds for this to come back. But bear in mind the dispatcher goes in 10 to 20 second segments, depending on what you've got it set up for. Now what will happen now is this will basically just disappear. So the incidents form only appears when a new incident has come in during your session, as it has here, and I can close that. It's gone back to green, it's all good. If I want to actually go in and look at the incidents, I have the incidents history there. Now this is the last one at 11:07. Double click on it and I've got how long it was there, any notes that were written during that time, and Gantt's telling me how long it expected to be down and how long it actually was down. So you can see all these types of things from here, but the incidents is something new that we've built in there. It's up to you whether you use it or not. A lot of customers have found it very helpful, but otherwise, back to the normal ones here. Everything you see here is a reflection of the groups and devices that are in here regarding the operational availability and also the Rev RevSoft applications availability. And in here, if you see this and you say, well, hang on, we want to reset that one, I just right click and I reset it. And then you can see it's gone to 2 to 1. The same way, if I see Rev message and I say, okay, well, I just want to respond to those. There's even a mini console in here where you're going to go in here. I can pick all the inquiry messages, take all, reply. As long as they're all the same message ID, which will have the same responses, I can do that as well. And what you'll see is the numbers here will just start changing for those replies. Now, because we've done the replies there, let's go back and just get rid of all the other messages as well. Let's go to the mini console there, and let's select all, and let's acknowledge all those messages on the other platforms. And what you'll see is the numbers will change here as the servers get those responses and acknowledgements to those messages. They're acknowledged on the individual servers, then sent to the focal points, and what you'll do is you'll see the status of the servers will change here. It's already gone 5, 4, 3. So they're actually receiving that information, and the information is being processed. And then RevSoft Labo 1, the mighty slow iSeries, little P05, is getting all the information and processing. And as you can see here, the lights are changing as well. So Labo 1 doesn't have too much outstanding there. So if we just do a reset of the Rev disk thing there, it disappears and the group changes as well. The same way, I can go to Labo 6, I can reset that guy there. This one will change as well, reflected in the numbers up here as well. And if I go to Isono, which is a Windows one, and do a reset on the scheduling on that one, the scheduling issue, it sends it from Labo 1 back to the other ones, notifies it. The iSeries naturally is a little bit quicker because it's got DB2. This guy here is a Windows server with MS SQL Server, take a little bit longer. There we go. So just looking at our status here, all the servers look good. We're all good to go. And I can just navigate my way around here. So there's a brief overview of the REV VIEW Control Center, how it works. If you've got any questions at all, please contact us at product_info@revsoft.com, and please visit the REV VIEW Learning Center as well on our website at www.revsoft.com. And thank you very much for your time. Have a great day.